Sometimes when you provide a plant the ideal conditions, it can kind of start taking over. And that's what's happening with this Monstera Thai Constellation. This is on the back side of it. But you've got these massive, 4-foot leaves that are starting to shade some of these other plants in front. And let me go to the other side. It's just kind of getting out of control. And you can see if I can get to where the stalk is so you can see the size of that stalk. So here's the base of the plant down here. That's the original pot. And there's your Monstera fruit. And it is just kind of taken over this whole section. And like I say, it's starting to shade out some of the other plants. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it, try to find a node there. But this, that's a hefty stem. So I'm going to have to go find maybe a hacksaw or something and cut it and maybe propagate it to try to probably get rid of some of these leaves, because it's, like I say, it's just kind of taken over. And usually when things start taking over, other plants suffer. So we're gonna see if I can figure out how to trim this thing. All right, I don't even know if that I can get in here. Let's see. So I'm definitely going to wind up destroying some of these leaves, but that is just the way it's got to be. All right, if I can get these out of here without knocking everything over. All right, let's see this side. So now we've got a lot more light coming in for these plants. There's still some really large leaves. So I'll probably find some sealant to put on that cut. That's a pretty big cut. These plants are pretty resilient. And there's still just a ton of leaves that are just, you know, shading out a lot of other plants. So I may wind up taking a few off just to free up some more space. But that's the problem when you have tropical plants in a greenhouse with very good conditions, lots of access to fertilizer, light, humidity, and they just go crazy and want to take over the entire greenhouse. So if you let them, they will. So it's really not even meant to be indoors. I know a lot of people in Florida grow these outside, and they just, I mean, they're a massive plant. And this is not a giant greenhouse. So here's the damage. So I wound up taking another big node off. Here was the top node. This could easily be rooted and turned into another giant plant, but I don't really have the room for the existing giant plant. So what I might do is cut all the leaves off and allow this piece to root and start, when it starts sending up a shoot, then I can maybe sell it and it'll be fairly easy to ship with just a small, you know, leaf coming in. But there's no way I'm shipping, you know, this monstrosity. So that's the first one. And these are just leaves that I took off. I know some of you are probably saying, "Oh my God, why did you destroy your big giant plant?" Yeah. Like I say, the base will still grow, and I'll be doing this again in another couple years. But just really nice leaves, nice big leaves. And this is the second big chunk. And I will seal these wounds and try and root this big chunk as well. And then if it sends up a leaf spike, I can sell this node. Again, really big leaves. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these leaves off and get the nodes ready to put in somewhere where they can recover. So there's your first node. And then the second one. That one certainly has lots more roots, but my experience of these are very resilient plants. And I think they will come back just fine. And this is the growth point of that top cut. So kind of thinking of maybe leave that leaf on, but I kind of, there's no way I can ship this giant thing. So it's going to start throwing another giant leaf out there. So I think I'm going to cut it and try to get some roots going, and then it'll throw up another smaller starter leaf, hopefully. So there's your two nodes that we'll try to root. These are hefty, hefty plants.